Your sofa is facing the wrong direction. It has been facing the wrong direction since the day you moved in. You pointed it at the television like everyone does, and that one decision has been quietly sabotaging your living room ever since. The television is not the most important thing in your living room. It should not be the focal point of the room. It should not dictate where every single piece of furniture goes. But in almost every home, the sofa faces the TV. The chairs face the TV. The coffee table sits between the sofa and the TV. The entire room is arranged like a tiny movie theater with a couch. This layout works for one activity and one activity only: watching television. It fails at conversation because everyone sits in a row facing forward. It fails at reading because the television looms in your peripheral vision. It fails at entertaining because guests sit like passengers on a bus. It fails at relaxing because your body associates the sofa position with screen time. The first thing a professional interior designer does in any living room is identify the focal point. The focal point is not the television. The focal point is the fireplace or the largest window or a piece of art. The focal point is whatever makes the room feel special and unique. The television goes on a side wall or inside a cabinet that closes. The sofa faces the focal point. The chairs flank the sofa at an angle. The coffee table sits in the center of the conversation zone, not in front of the TV. This is called a conversation layout. The furniture forms a U shape or an L shape that faces inward toward the people, not outward toward a screen. When guests arrive, they sit facing each other. Conversation happens naturally because eye contact is built into the furniture arrangement. The room feels welcoming because the furniture says, "People sit here and talk." When the television is the focal point, the furniture says, "Stare at this screen." The room feels dead when the TV is off. It feels like a waiting room with a big black rectangle dominating one wall. Try this experiment for 1 week. Rearrange your living room so the sofa faces the window or the fireplace. Move the television to a console on a side wall. Sit in the room with the TV off. Notice how the room feels different. Notice how you feel different sitting in it. You might find that you read more and scroll less and talk to your family more. The conversation layout also makes a small living room feel larger. When the sofa faces the TV, the walking path is a straight line behind the sofa. That dead space behind the sofa is wasted square footage. When the sofa faces into the room, the walking path wraps around the furniture grouping. The path is longer, and the room feels more spacious because you experience more of it. The conversation layout creates what designers call a room within a room. The furniture grouping defines a cozy zone in the center of a larger space. That zone feels intimate and protected even in an open floor plan. A rug anchors the zone and defines its boundaries. All front legs of the furniture sit on the rug. This visual boundary tells your brain where the conversation zone begins and ends. Now let us address the elephant in the room. You watch television every night, and you do not want to give that up. Fair enough. The solution is not to remove the television. The solution is to make the television disappear when it is not in use. Samsung makes a frame TV that displays art when turned off. It looks like a framed painting on the wall. It costs more than a regular TV, but it solves the black rectangle problem completely. A less expensive solution is a media cabinet with doors that close. When guests arrive, you close the doors and the television vanishes. When you want to watch, you open the doors. The cabinet itself becomes a beautiful piece of furniture instead of a TV stand. If neither of those options works for you, mount the television on an arm that swivels. During the day, the TV sits flat against a side wall. During movie night, you pull it out and angle it toward the sofa. This is the compromise layout. The room looks like a living room most of the time, and a media room when you choose. The sofa angle matters almost as much as the sofa direction. A sofa pushed flat against the wall looks like a waiting room. Pull the sofa at least 6 inches away from the wall. Better yet, pull it 12 inches away and put a console table behind it. That sliver of space behind the sofa makes the room feel larger. It lets light flow behind the furniture and creates depth. The console table behind the sofa serves as a landing zone for drinks and books and lamps. It turns dead space into functional space. The sofa should never block a window. A sofa in front of a window blocks light and looks awkward from outside. If your only option is a window wall, use a low-back sofa that sits below the windowsill. The light flows over the sofa back and the view remains unobstructed. Floating the sofa in the middle of the room is the boldest and most effective move. A floating sofa faces into the room with its back to the entry. It creates a hallway behind it and a conversation zone in front of it. It divides an open floor plan into distinct areas without building walls. It is how every high-end hotel lobby arranges its furniture. The floating sofa says this room was designed by someone who understands space. The television first layout says, The moving company put the sofa here, and it never moved. Your living room is not a media room. It is not a home theater. It is the room where your life happens when the screens are off. Face your sofa toward the people you want to talk to. Face it toward the window where the morning light comes in. Face it toward the fireplace that glows on winter evenings. Face it toward the art that makes you feel something every time you see it. The television will still be there when you want it, but it should not be the first thing you see when you walk into your own living room.